Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Injective's INJ token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And if you haven't seen the previous update, I highly encourage you to watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart here. Now, obviously, we saw this massive pump from December all the way to February, or I should say April. We saw an 8x, and this was a project that I was buying into myself. My average buying price right now is at $1.36. I was sharing all of this on my Patreon, so the link is going to be down below in the description. And we're pulling back down, so I would not be buying in right now. Obviously, I'm going to talk about some levels that I'll be eyeballing for entries. As of right now, if you don't have any tokens and you're waiting for a buy, I would say just hold on for just a bit. Now, you could start eyeballing $5.31 based off of this Fibonacci retracement. So this Fibonacci retracement is set up from the bear market low here in December last year to the swing high in November 2022. That was at $2.93, and our 1.618 target was at $5.31. Obviously, we blasted through that and we retraced all the way to the 2.272 at $9.60. That was a major level for you to take some profits at. It was extremely overbought. And right now, pulling back down to the support would be a good thing, and having a bounce from there, because in April, early April, we saw a bounce from there as well. So that's a good area to be dollar cost averaging if you don't have any tokens. However, if you have some tokens like myself and you don't really have that rush and you don't really have that need to buy right now, we could definitely wait for a pullback, because there will be a pullback. There is always a pullback in the future. The markets will always give you an opportunity to enter. The only thing that you need to do is make sure you have some money to do so, because if you invest all of it right now, you won't have any money left for a potential pullback. And we could also target the previous fib levels here that we were testing as resistance. For example, the 1.414 at $4.41, 42 cents roughly, and the 1.272 at $3.88. So from where we are right now, that's another 40% pullback from the high that we printed in April. Approximately, that would be a 60% pullback. So I would say that would be a nice pullback, and that would be quite believable, unless we see a flash crash. Because if we do see a flash crash, we could have a major wick all the way down here below $3. And trust me, if Injective goes below $3 again, I will be filling my bags. I wish I bought more. Obviously, we can all say that after the pump has happened. But that's why you have to diversify, because you want to have a lot of, well, not a lot of projects, but a few good projects in case one of them starts pumping, you can take profits. But if you put all your eggs into one basket, if you have all of your money in one crypto, it may not even pump at all, and you'll just be sitting there like a dummy-dumb. So you don't want to do that. That's why Injective was one of my picks. And you can definitely do your own research into the project. I think it's going to be a pretty good deal in a few months if we see a flash crash. But like I said, we never know if we're going to be getting a black swan event or not. This is not something that you can predict really. So these are the three levels that I would be targeting if realistically you're looking to get into Injective in the next few weeks/months. But if there is an unseen event, like I said, and we're back below $3, guys, I'm telling you, this is not a time to be searching for, Injective technical analysis, what's going to happen next. You just want to be buying. That's not a financial advice by any means, but you really want to be averaging in at that point, because we've had a nice back test of this resistance. We're in a perfect uptrend here. We only need to see a nice pullback, and Injective could start pumping, the exact same way we've been pumping for the last few months. And your sort of last resort support here is going to be this support block. So from $2.85 down to $2.60, if we manage to pull back down there, that would be your sort of a golden entry point, so to speak, because like I said, we had a bounce there in March and we had a bounce in January. So we really haven't been below that level this year so far, and I don't think we'll be going below that level, to be honest with you, unless we have something major happening. Taking a look at the daily RSI, you can see that we're bouncing off of the support trend line here. So based on the RSI, this is a good time to start entering. However, I do want to stress this out because Bitcoin could be pulling back down to 25.5 thousand. We want to see Bitcoin retest the 20 EMA on the weekly chart before we see the next move to the upside, because we want to have that bit of a recharge. We want to get more fuel into our tank before the next move to the upside. So if Bitcoin is going to be pulling back down lower, I definitely see how we could be losing this low here. So just because we're at this support doesn't mean that we're going to see a move to the upside. However, that is possible, and if that were to happen, we could see a move all the way up into this green resistance trend line that we have retested 3 times before with one huge fake out. So if you're looking for a swing trade, mathematically speaking, you could be entering here, but we're going to take a look at the weekly chart, and I'll tell you why that's not really a good idea at the moment. So if you find yourself down below here in the oversold, just like you did back in December, just like you did back in April and June 2022, that's where you want to be buying into Injective, guys, on the daily chart. Now, let's switch over to the weekly. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention the YouTube memberships. So if you want to get more exclusive content, you want to support the channel, and you like my content, feel free to check out the memberships. So there is one membership tier here on my channel, which is $6.99, and you'll get access to my exclusive podcast that I do every single week. And now we're starting to invite guests to be on the show as well. And we share low cap gems. We take a look at my portfolio, take a look at my buys. We take a look at the financial markets. We take a look at what's happening with the Fed. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in these podcast episodes, and that's definitely a good way for you to get more content, and it's a great exchange of value. So thank you all, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, as you can see, our major resistance level on the weekly chart is $8.50. That's what we retested back in December of 2021, and then we started pulling back down from there, and we never retraced back there up until now. So we had the back test of resistance, and now we could be pulling back down towards the 20 EMA on the weekly. So the 20 EMA is currently sitting at $5, give or take. So that's where you could be entering. You also have the 55 EMA below that. That would be a nice area to take a look at. And we also have the bullish cross on the weekly chart. So this is when the 20 crosses above the 55. Now that's a massive buying signal. But the thing is, we didn't see that on Bitcoin's chart yet. Once that happens on the Bitcoin's chart, then we can, safely say that yes, all of these altcoins will be continuing into the bull market in the next few weeks, or in the next few years, I should say. But yeah, other than that, this is a good signal. Obviously, it's the weekly chart. It's a major bullish signal. But without Bitcoin's bullish cross on the weekly chart, this doesn't mean that much to me. So a pullback down to $4.04 would be a good spot, because this was a support trend line back in 2022 in January. Then we back tested it as resistance. We pulled back down. We had a move to the upside, and now we're looking for another back test of support just to confirm that level as our support. So definitely $4 is going to be a massive buying opportunity for anyone looking to get into Injective. And then you have this support block below from $2.90 down to $2.45. We've retested this level as resistance multiple times. We back tested it as support once, and who knows, maybe we come back down to retest it. So I'm just making you aware of those levels so that you can set up your buy limit orders in advance. But technically speaking, we're doing everything we need to be doing. We have a nice double bottom pattern playing out. We have the bullish cross. We have higher highs and higher lows. It's looking really good. Taking a look at the weekly RSI, this is what I would be looking at. Around about 50 on the index is where I would be entering. We're still quite high up here, so I just would avoid buying Injective. There are a lot of cheaper projects at the moment in terms of capitalization and in terms of momentum. So definitely wait for this RSI to come back down before you consider buying. In my opinion, that would be the best thing to do. But obviously we could start pumping out of the blue, right? I can't speak on that. I could just say where I would be looking at buying. But the volume indicator is crazy. Look at this volume that we're getting in 2023 compared to 2022. This was nothing, and these candles are huge. And imagine what's going to be happening during the bull market in 2024/2025. So definitely be on the lookout for this project. If you haven't researched into it, definitely do take a look at it and let me know what you think. Let me know what are your long-term targets for Injective, and I'm going to see you in the next update. Take care and goodbye.